What up, everyone? Satemangala here, the Reverend of the Revolution. Welcome to your Daily Revolution. Today's topic, do what you said you would do. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Monday morning, 5 a.m. workout is done. Had a great conversation with the group today. We were 6 strong today. 6 dudes rolling in at 5 a.m., getting the work done. And I want to shoot this podcast. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since our last podcast. We had Immersion last week. We had Pro Rev Live that took place a few weeks ago down in Dallas, Texas. And we are done with events for the year as we head into the Thanksgiving break shortly, and then into the holidays, and then we're back on the grind in December or January. So what's this whole do what you said you would do about? And in Immersion last week, we had a great group of men here. And one of the guys asked the question on the final day. I asked, on the fourth and final day, I said, hey, what would serve you today? Like, what's the one thing that you absolutely need help with? And he said, just power. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He said, well, when I get around certain types of people, I get intimidated and I feel inadequate and I don't feel myself. And maybe you have felt that way in your life. You know, maybe around a certain group of people, you're confident and you feel powerful and you're certain. And then not around another group of people, you don't feel it. And here is what I told him. And there's 2 things when it comes to this power. Number 1, keep your word. Keep your word. You know, do what you said you would do. I'm not a marketer in the fact that I'm going to sell you how to make billions of dollars with 3 easy clicks, and I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be super easy, and I'm not going to give you some BS, some garbage out there like so many of the marketers who want to sell you snake oil. No, I'm going to tell you the truth. In fact, the marketers, the master marketers will even tell you the only diet that you can't sell to someone is the one that says you're fat because you overeat and you don't work out enough. But they will blame it on everything else. They'll find something to blame it on, and they'll take the pressure off you. That's not what I do here. So I told this gentleman at Immersion, hey, be your word. Be your word. Just keep your word. Do what you say you're going to do. Now, this leads to the second part, which is to speak powerfully and to use your language to create intentionally and deliberately. I want you to notice what happens here. The moment you start to do what you say you're going to do, even to the smallest things, the moment you say you do what you say you're going to do, like the moment that happens is the moment that you begin to get this power inside of you accessed. Because as you start to keep your word becomes your bond. Your word becomes this thing inside of you that you can trust, that you can count on, and you can count on you, and you believe you. And when you know that whatever you say is going to happen, and you start to declare with intention specific things that you're going to do, it's done. It's going to happen. But it starts with keeping your word. Now, where does all this come from? So I had some business deals go south this year, and it has been frustrating as hell. Yes, it has been frustrating. Like, you know, most of the gurus and the influencers, you're going to see their Photoshop photos. You're going to see how good life is. You're going to see their cool quotes. And you'll see some of that good stuff with me because I'm a positive guy. I like sharing a message that can empower. But, man, I've got my ass handed to me this year. I have gotten beat up in the marketplace. No blame. It's just me. I've made some choices. I've hired some people. It hasn't worked out. And I let myself get here. See, as a leader, it's never your team's fault. It's never the front office's fault. It's no one's fault but your own. And fault meaning let's not like play the blame shame game. Let's just say who's it on? It's on me. My company's on me. I have gotten my butt beat this year. Now, the good thing is I'm a fighter. And I'm going to fight. I will not lay down and die. I will not give up and quit. I know how to make a difference with people's lives. I coach. And so it's like a dentist, right? A dentist can be really good at being a dentist, but he's also got to learn business. A doctor can be a really good doctor, but he's got to understand business. He's got to learn how to run a business, or if he works inside of a hospital, right, that's his job. And this year I've taken some serious blows. I've gotten hit. And it's been great. You know why? You know why this has been good? Because that's what I asked for. When Satima says that he wants to go make a difference in the world and he wants to change lives and transform businesses and marriages, well, Satima, there is no way that I can expect and think that I'm going to go make a difference without having traveled the path, walked the road, and been in the shoes of the people I'm going to help. I'm not going to go teach people how to be mentally tough if I cannot be mentally tough. And I've got to be reminded of that. So I've changed the perspective on what I've been going through. And I had a business deal that didn't quite work out. And I've got some things I got to handle financially with a certain individual. And man, it hurts. It hurts me as a man. It hurts me as a man to not be able to handle certain things as fast as I'd like. Now, what does this mean? All this means is that Satima's got to dig deep. And Satima's got to get, I'm a little fired up right now because I'm like, you know what? I hate when my word gets challenged. I hate when people, in fact, I just put a Facebook post on this. I hate when people question my integrity. And I'm like, well, shit, that's on you, Satima. The reason my integrity or my word or my character is being challenged is because I did something to have it be challenged. We always say in sports, leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. Let them know. Well, I've made some decisions that have put me in a situation with my business. And it's not the end of the world. I'm telling you right now, this is a little road bump, little bump in the road. So what does this mean? Biggest lesson September's learning right now, keep my word. Do not rest until this thing is figured out. It's amazing what happens when you just find a way. You get so damn committed, you find a way. And my word really means something to me. My mom and my dad have taught me since you were young. They're like, look, you have our name. You represent me. You represent your dad, your mom. You represent my parent, grandparents. And you only have one name, son. You only got one name. So I got to go to work. So what does this look like? For you that are listening to this, is there some type of mess that you have created by not keeping your word? Is there some type of thing that's going on where you got to go back and clean it up and you got to go get your integrity back? And it starts by just doing the small and simple things. Small and simple and getting focused in. One of my biggest things right now is what I call micro focus. I've got some micro or hyper focus. I'm just zoned in on the things that I got to do. And that's where it starts. You start where you are, you keep your word, you do what you say you're going to do, and you handle your business. And you stop making bullshit promises that you can't keep. If people just got this one principle, do what you say you're going to do. And if you can't do it, then you got to go clean that up. And there's 3 ways to clean it up, right? You got to go confront it. Go handle it. Whoever you broke your word to, you got to go get that. You got to go confront it. You got to just say what it is. Hey, I'm not able to handle this. I'm going to be late. Hey, I can't do what I said I'm going to do. I'm not going to be able to fulfill my commitment. Number 2, go clean this thing up. The way you clean it up is with your language. And you don't need these long explanations. You don't need to do that. Number 3, you got to go create a new commitment. Stem's got some work to do. A lot of lost opportunity costs this year. And again, this isn't for pity. I don't need no pity. I don't need no sympathy. This is so the world knows that real shit happens in business and real shit happens in life. And you got to be willing to get up and fight. You got to fight. You got to fight for your family. You got to fight for your word. You got to fight for your character. Fight or love or whatever the thing is that you got to do that. It's been some challenging times in the business world for Satima and my organization this year, and I'm deeply humbled and I'm grateful. My wife and I, we are closer than we've ever been. My faith to God is intact and it's strong. It's like the lifeline. I feel like that's what I'm holding on to. And just a hyper focus on, I know who I am. I know what I can do. I know what's possible. And, it's like I said, daddy's got to go to work. I got to go to work. And that's the game. So wherever you're at in your life, if you're going through some challenges, if you're going through a divorce, bitter settlements, loved ones have passed away, like I had some close friends and clients, people who have come through my programs whose homes just got destroyed by the fire. Like lost everything. It's devastating. Don't give up. Don't quit. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, or if you're feeling sorry for yourself, like slap yourself and get yourself back up and go to work. That's the game. Do what you said you were going to do, and do what you say you're going to do, and keep your word. Yeah, I'm fired up and I don't blame people if someone challenges my character. Like 99% of the time, I'm like, dude, I'm good. This one instance, man, it's been tough. It's been tough, man, because it's not much I can say except I got some shit to clean up and I got some work to do. 2018 was a great year. A lot of learning from me. I don't know what it was like for you, but a lot of learning from me. So to finish this out, if you are a person who wants some help in your life, in your business, in your marriage, in your family, and like there's a part of your life that you're just not able to work through, it's not cleaned up, it's not going well, reach out. Hit me in a direct message, Facebook message me. We have our 60-day sprint that starts this week, and we're going fast and furious. People like, Tim, how can you be going through struggles and help other people? That's what leaders do. No CEO, no leader, no head coach goes unscathed. Everyone goes through the fire. The real trick is, can you go through the fire without letting it burn you and consume you? Can you go through the fire and the pressure and not let it break you? Will you allow the pressure to turn you into a diamond? Will you allow the fire to burn off all the excess and the things, the unworkable behaviors and the unworkable traits? Can you go through the fire and stay hyper and micro-focused on what's required to move you forward? Can you stay composed when the battle's starting to turn and you feel like your team's getting overrun? The marketplace is kicking you in the ass. Can you stay hyper-focused? Can you stay focused? Can you stay cool, calm, and collected and composed? Or will you give up? Or will you let some thoughts like run your day and then all of a sudden a week goes by and like, no, that just can't happen. Not in my world, not in your world. So wherever you're at in your life, pick yourself up. If you want help, and I highly advise you, if you've been listening to my podcast and you want to be part of our 60-day sprint, shoot me a message. We'll get you in. Let's go to work. I'm not going to sit here and make all these bullshit promises to you like all the marketers. It's $30,000 of value and you can get it all for $200. Come on now. Don't buy that bullshit snake oil. Whatever you buy, you know it's going to be work. There's no easy path. There's no free lunch. The bigger the promises someone's making and the cheaper it is, it just means the more work you're going to have to do. These marketers want your money. They want your money. They want it. And they're glad to take your money. It's a whole nother conversation. I probably ought to shoot a podcast on that one too. So that's the word of the day. Like, you want some help, reach out. Let's go to work now. Wherever you're at in your life, get up. Stop laying down and easily giving up. Stop letting your bullshit stories run your day and get focused in. Get back to work. Go do what you got to do. Have a great day, y'all. I appreciate you listening to the podcast. If the podcast resonates, go leave me a review inside of iTunes. I'd really appreciate that. Share this forward. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Life is short. And if you still think you got time to screw around and mess around and just, kind of lollygag, like you got some things coming your way. Rude awakening's coming. And it doesn't have to be that way. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.